Game 2 of the OHL's Eastern Conference Final now in the books. It started off as a game that kept going back and forth between the Barrie Colts and the Oshawa Generals, but eventually the Generals, they would cruise to a big victory here tonight. So let's recap how this game ended up the way it did. So starting off, our goaltenders, Sam Hillebrandt and Jacob Oster. No surprise there for those two, as they both played in game number 1 and had big nights, making some big saves. So both coaches continuing to go with their goaltenders. But just like game number 1, Oshawa off to a hot start. This time, Beckett Seneca throws a huge hit on Keyshawn Aitchison deep in the Barrie Colts zone and then gets the puck and scores. 24 seconds into this one, Beckett Seneca, the Anaheim Ducks prospect, he was ready to go here tonight against the Barrie Colts. And then after that, there was a 2-on-1 situation for the Barrie Colts. Anthony Romani and Owen Van Steensel, and Oster, a great glove save, as it was a storm of shots coming from the Barrie Colts after they gave up that early lead. But Jacob Oster, he was up to the task. He also had a huge save on the penalty kill. Owen Van Steensel, point blank, could not get it past the Oshawa goaltender. And then the speed just on display of Callum Ritchie. It was great to see Ritchie just carrying the puck in. You've got Seneca with him, and then Luca Morelli also adding a punch to that chance, but Sam Hillebrandt making the saves when called upon at that point in the first period. But before the end of the first, Andrew Gibson, he would get the puck at the point, and he was allowed to skate it into the zone. It was a 4-on-4 situation. Sam Hillebrandt maybe a little out of position, and Gibson able to put that one in the back of the net. 2-0 for the Generals, despite Barrie playing a pretty solid first period. They outshot the Generals 13-12, but it was 2-0 for Oshawa. Going into the second period, Luca D'Amato striking iron early on as Oshawa looking to continue that momentum. Then Beckett Seneca, a huge hit on Tristan Bertucci back behind the Colts net. It actually cut the just above the eye of Bertucci. Maybe there could have been a penalty on Beckett Seneca, but the refs not calling it on that situation, and Bertucci would leave the game, go off for repairs, and we'd see him return late in the second period. And then Emil Hemming gets the puck at the blue line, carries it in, beats Jacob Oster, but wait, it's offside. So it just seemed as though everything that could go wrong for the Barrie Colts tonight would go wrong, as Emil Hemming's goal disallowed, and that would spark the Oshawa Generals, as Beckett Seneca getting a one-timer blast on the power play, making it a 3-0 score at that point. And then Ethan Martin and Noah Powell just getting under the skin of the Barrie Colts. And you could just tell that this Barrie team frustrated and were just taking penalty after penalty and retaliating against Noah Powell, Ethan Martin, and Beckett Seneca just for their play. And, the game plan was working here tonight for the Oshawa Generals. And Colby Barlow, he would score on the power play, making it 4-0. It was a great shot from Barlow. And then Beckett Seneca on a breakaway makes it 5-0. So this Generals team just dominant. Seneca, of course, getting the hat trick tonight, as he was all over the ice here for the Generals. After that, Noah Powell hauled down by Bo Jelsma. Jelsma couldn't hold the puck at the blue line, so Powell getting a breakaway chance. He was hauled down, but on the penalty shot, Sam Hillebrandt would get the better of him. And then Dallin Wakely, he would deliver a big hit behind the net on Owen Griffin. Those two are having a battle. But because of that retaliation hit, Oshawa going back on the power play. That would carry over into the third period. And going into the third, Ben Horebic would come in place of Sam Hillebrandt. Hillebrandt giving up 5 goals on 29 shots. He was kept busy, especially in that second period of play where Oshawa outshot the Colts 29-22. And then early on that power play, Oshawa, Luca Morelli, he would make it a 6-0 score. He was right in the slot. He was able to get a clean shot there on Ben Horebic. And then Aitchison, he took a run at Noah Powell. Another penalty. Of course, Powell and Aitchison had several battles throughout this hockey game. And then Bertucci and Danford met at the side of the net. Danford gave Bertucci a bit of a shove, and then they just kept pushing back and forth. Aitchison would dive in, and then all 3 of those players would go off to the penalty box. And there would be a power play again for Oshawa. Andrew Gibson this time, second of the night on the man advantage, makes it 7-0. So the Oshawa Generals scoring 4 power play goals on 7 chances tonight. It's just undisciplined play from the Barrie Colts here, but they would get one on the board. Owen Van Steensel on the power play, taking away the shutout bid of Jacob Oster. So a 7-1 final. Shots 41-32 in favor of Oshawa. Your 3 stars tonight: Colby Barlow, 3rd star with a goal and 3 assists. Luca Morelli, a goal and 3 assists for your 2nd star. And then Beckett Seneca, 3 goals, 1 assist, good for your 1st star tonight. So Obviously, the disciplined play was a problem here tonight for the Barrie Colts. You could just tell they were so frustrated. They were talking to the refs quite a bit, trying to get calls to go their way, but in the end, the Oshawa Generals playing their game, getting under the skin of the Barrie Colts, and now have a 2-0 series lead, with this series now shifting to the Tribute Community Center in Oshawa. So game number 3 is Tuesday night down in Oshawa. I will be there. I'll do a post-game wrap-up video for that as well, and we'll have to wait and see. Does this series come back to Barrie for a Game 5 on Saturday? Or are we looking at a potential sweep from the Oshawa Generals? We'll have to wait and see. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on this one. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Talk to you again soon.